Although you can create shabby vintage-style cards with the new Vintage Chic Stamp TV kit, you can also create bold, bright, glittery cards for those times when you're not feeling quite so shabby. Let me show you how I created a vibrant turquoise glittered card from our basic black and white palette that comes with the Vintage Chic kit. First, I started with a piece of the pattern paper, and I used the one with all the circles that are black and white and then a little bit of gray mixed in. Then, using the tumbled glass distress ink, I'm going to color this piece of pattern paper to a beautiful turquoise. And again, you've seen me do this before. I'm just going to rub that right over the top of our very smooth pattern paper, which creates just a beautiful, smooth look of color with a little bit of distress in there. Isn't that pretty? Now that is a really pretty, bright, vibrant backdrop for my card. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of our white cardstock, and this is the 120-pound cardstock. This comes in your Stamp TV kit. And I'm going to use the girl holding all of the balloons, because I think those balloons really look nice with the circles in the pattern paper. They really come together nicely. And I'm going to ink up this stamp. Somebody not too long ago asked me why sometimes I ink up the stamp this way, where I press the ink pad onto the stamp while the stamp's on its back, and other times I lay the ink pad down and actually pat the stamp on the ink pad. Well, what you'll find is the larger the stamp, the easier it is to ink it up this way. If it's a small little greeting, you can flip it around the other way. But you get better coverage on those larger stamps if you lay the stamp down on its back and ink it up that way. So now I'm going to stamp this image, give it a nice firm pressure, and there we have her. Now I'm going to cut this out using one of the rectangle dies from Spellbinders, just the regular rectangle classic die. One of the things I love about this kit is you can really get back to the basics with some of the dies because they really fit nicely with the rectangles and the ovals and the circles. I'm just going to cut that out. Now I've cut and embossed this image using the rectangle die. I'm going to use a little bit of the tumbled glass distress ink and use one of the foam applicators by Tim Holtz and get that nice and inky. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of color to the perimeter of the card. And you can see I start off of the die. I don't lay it right onto the paper because I really want it to just look like it's fading in, and I don't want to see any of those lines. Let me reload that. And this is just going to tie in that same tumbled glass color onto my focal image. And then when I pop that out, that creates a border. And you can see how now I have the white border around the perimeter of that turquoise inset focal image. Next, I'm going to color in just certain areas of the image with a Copic marker. I'm using the new blue marker, that's BG02. And I'm just going to color, I'm going to use the fine side, but I'm just going to color every other line here on the balloons. So you can see just like this. And I'm going to do that for all the balloons, and then I'm also going to do that for her dress here. I'm going to color all this in the new blue. And then, starting down here, I'm going to color blue and then leave the next one white. That one will be white, this one will be blue. Kind of going back and forth. This is such a fun image to color. It's also a fun image to paper piece. I've got my assorted stripes there. Now I've chosen two of the Sakura Stardust pens. I've chosen the Sky Star, and I've chosen the Clear Star. Now, everywhere that I've colored blue, I'm going to color on top using the Sky Star. And once we turn the no glare lights off, you're going to see how this card just sparkles. The reason why I colored in with markers first is because you may miss a spot or two with the glitter, and that's okay. As long as there's blue color underneath, you're not going to notice that. You're just going to get a lot of beautiful shimmer. And then once you're finished coloring all of that blue in, you can go back with the Clear Star and color all the white areas in with that clear glitter. And all you're going to get out of that is tons of sparkle and shimmer. And do that throughout the entire piece. Here's my finished card project. And you can see how beautiful the blue ties into that background. And look at all of that beautiful shimmer you get from the clear and sky blue Sakura glitter pens. Just stunning. I can easily imagine how beautiful this card would look in a classic red, hot pink, or wild lime. Pick your favorite Sakura glitter pen color, create your color palette, and go wild. And don't forget to upload your cards to the gallery at Stamp TV. I can't wait to see what colors you choose.